Hey Jess, how are you? Welcome to your private reading. At the moment it's not too noisy outside. If it does get noisy, I'm gonna avoid trying to plug my headset in because sometimes it gives feedback. I'm just gonna have to fucking talk over the people that are outside, quite frankly. Okay, I got my little trusty notepad here with your questions on, so I don't forget them. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. If you see me looking over there, it's because I'm trying to get some answers. Don't even know, well, I know why it is, but yeah, so it's always that direction. There will be bad language in this, just because it's the way I talk. I don't mean any offence. So please don't listen to this on any young kids or sensitive people. Shall we say? Is this now gonna fucking pause? No. We're good? Are we good, phone? We're good. Okay. What's the other things? Yeah, obviously I'll use tarot cards, but I'll get some clairvoyance through as well for you, especially regarding your spiritual path, because there is nothing more frustrating than just feeling fudging blocked on that. It sucks. I always miss something. Oh yeah, I'll pause this every 15 minutes simply because it means you get it about 4 hours quicker than if I don't. Ridiculously, it makes the file size smaller, so I'm really sorry you won't even notice. I'll just go pause, go, and that'll be it. Also, I'm very sorry about my face. I've had an allergic reaction to something, which means I have to have my hair back because I've got coconut oil on my face. I don't want to fucking scratch my cheeks off, but I won't because it's only Thursday. I'll give it till Saturday. Right, okay, let's... Do you know what? I don't mean this to come across like a wrong one, but I really hate boys that are named Adam. They always tend to be a little bit, not a fan. Self-involved. Okay, what's next for the love life? How can you be your best self during this love journey to a true partner? Mate, you're fucking adorable, and yeah. How can I be my true best self? I'm like, look, if I brush my hair, that's my best self. Simples. Right, let's go. I'm going to tell you right now while I'm shuffling, I'm obviously having a chat, but while I'm shuffling, basically at the moment that's not what they want you focused on. This isn't me, this is like your guys, man, not mine, don't blame me. It's not, it's about, because you, we all know that relationships take up energy and life is just one big energy exchange, and it's like enough's gone into that now. They're showing me like, this is like the weirdest thing in the world. You know, traffic flow systems, where like, it showed me like 3 paths here, and like this will be work, this will be spiritual practice, and this is love. They've like just stuck a fucking gate up there, mate. Nothing's going down there. So, we'll see, I'll read for you. We'll see what's going to happen when, but there's not going to be anything momentous for a little while. They're so funny. Right, okay. This is my first taste of coffee, mate. Who the fuck invented that, man? Right. This is you at the moment. I'm very conscious I look like a piece of shit, and I'm so sorry for that. There's nothing I can do because my face is swollen up. Right, get over it, Silver. Poor Jess has got to look at your face. I'm sorry, Jess. Just blank it out and listen. Right, this is you at the moment, and it's not, I almost feel like, oh, doll face. It's really funny because they're showing you as a little fragmented. So there's an aspect of you who literally is just, oh, this is going to be a bit of a testing time for you. it's like there's an aspect of you who wants to find love like tomorrow. That would be great, life partner great, because it's almost like, not that it's gonna fix everything, but everything's easier when you're not on your Todd, am I right? Most of the time, yeah? Everything's easier when you're not on your own and you've got someone there who you can rely on, you can count on, all that kind of stuff. At the moment, spirit are viewing that as a bit of a problem. It's like there's part of you that's healed and is just trying to skim over, not skim over it, but part of you's healed, part of you hasn't. And I understand this. I do, I understand this, because it's like, you know the healing spiral? I don't know if, no, I know it's called the shamanic spiral, but I don't know if it's called the healing spiral. I think it's some fucking circles have nicked it, but where you heal on one level and then you heal on another level and then a deeper level. You've done like the big level, and it's like you've healed emotionally. There's still going to be like a little bit of PTSD and that kind of stuff with regard to that, but I don't feel like you've healed on a soul level from that relationship whatsoever. I get really fucking frustrated with the whole soulmate thing, and people think that soulmates answer everything. You know they don't. And they can damage your soul far more than normal people can. And this guy's damaged your soul, and your soul is literally sitting in the corner like this dude, going, not again, not again, not again, not again. You need some breathing space, dogface. And this is not what you want to hear at all. And I know that because I wouldn't want to hear this. But the other thing is, I also know that you already know this, because I also know that your guides have kind of told you, but you don't. I do this all the time. Mate will be like, do you want to read? And I'm like, oh, not really, fuck, what can they read on? You have to let people practice, right? Love, that's like, but I don't ever want to know. They're like, love, and they're like, well, this is going to happen and this is going to happen and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, because that's not what I want. That is not what's going to happen. How fucking rude of you. I'm always so defiant of my love readings. Fuck off. So if that's what you're doing, I get it. I do exactly the same thing. But that is not what this is about for you. This very much feels like, I don't know if you look at your life in cycles, but you should start looking at your life in cycles, apparently. I've never said this to anybody in reading, but yours now is this time of randomly, my singleness seems to go in 3-year cycles. 3-year relationship, 3-year single, 3-year relationship, 3-year single. And it's like, now's your time for the space to work on the spiritual stuff. And they've been holding back on all your spiritual stuff. And they're showing me them holding back on... I understand that, but I need you to, like, break that down for me in an easier way than that. Because that was too much. Too much, too fast. This is gonna, right, this is the only way that I can convey it in a way that makes sense, because they're giving me both an emotion, a sound, and an image at the same time. But the way I'm gonna say it is gonna be really clumsy, but I don't know how else to say it. It's almost like spirit are, oh my god, please don't hate me. Your guides are kind of saying, when's it their turn? When's it their turn? Because it's like, even if you are doing some spiritual stuff or that kind of thing, it might be that you ask about love. It might be that they're just aware. Oh my god, I've got to be honest with you, Jess. I love you, man, but I'm just going to be honest, because otherwise I don't feel like I'm honouring you properly, and that's basically what you're paying me for. Love's had its time. It's like they put them, it's like, you know when you go into an office and there's pigeonholes, right? Love's pigeonhole has been fucking full for ages, because that's where your energy's been going, that's where you've had to heal, that's where all this stuff, and love has not treated you right, because you've had this karmic stuff to do, you've had Adam just being a fucking cunt, and all that kind of stuff. Love has not treated you right, but you keep putting posts in the fucking pigeonhole, woman, right? And then there's the spiritual stuff, and it's like, Spirit's giving you some space to help you deal with the love pigeonhole, because you've got to get some shit out of that pigeonhole, man, it's stuff full. They're giving you some space, but there's like nothing in the spirit thing, and it's like you're asking from them, but you're not putting in. Does that make sense? Oh my god, and we all do this. And they're like, well, when she... oh my god, your guides are weird, man. They're not weird, they're just... fucked off is the easiest way I can put it, and I'm so sorry. I think they're saying their problem is they can see your potential, and because your focus again is on the love thing, you've got to work on that. You've got to work on what you think love is in your life, because it ain't what you think it is in your life. Love is fantastic, but it isn't everything. We weren't put on this planet to love. That's not what, whoever the fuck wrote that fucking book, spread like wildfire, needs to be beaten by me every Wednesday night, because that's not the reason we're here. The reason that we're here, literally, as you know, sorry about the fucking kid in the courtyard, double glazing isn't in Mexico, who knew? The reason that we're here is to learn and to have fun, literally, that's it. To learn and have a human experience, that is it. And you've been doing the loving, you ain't been doing the learning. And it's like, because, and you, the thing is as well, you are such like a lover, if that makes sense. Like in a relationship, you will try everything to try and fix it. You're so loyal, you're very, you always think about the other person before yourself. You're very supportive. Fantastic way to be in a relationship. I now need you to be in that relationship with your guides, because that's what they want from you. It's like they feel they don't get the parts of you that they want. Your guides are powerful guys, that's why they're being so fucking mean about it. They're just like, you know, there's that meme that goes around sometimes where it's like, my guardian angel watching me make the next bad decision in my life, and it's the angel, it's in a graveyard, and it's this angel literally like this going, oh my god, that's exactly what yours are like, because they're like, look man, they're trying but you're not listening. So fucking ignore love. Love sucks. Love sucks. I don't care if you use that as a mantra. I don't care if you get jaded for the next 3 years. I need you to think that love sucks for a little while. You are not going to find a boyfriend. And the thing is, the really hard thing is as well, when you start saying, like, when you start saying stuff like that, and when they decide that they would like for you to have basically a period of abstinence is the best way for me to do it, you start making really fucking bad decisions, which actually is your next bloody card, the devil, right, temptation. And for you it is this. This is your guides, being this little white light, going, look man, come this direction, we'll fix your life, so you're a better person, and the next boyfriend you get is amazing, right? But you don't do that, because you're like, no man, there's a hottie over there who's got a good ass and a good set of shoulders. This is you. This is you. Do not. And that's the thing, you're like, right, I'm going to have a period of abstinence, it's fine. And then you wake up the next day, and there's this gnawing in the pit of your stomach that's like, God, I just need... It's like there's a little void, isn't there, sometimes when you're not in a relationship. And you're like, I just need someone to flirt with even. And then you start going to like Sainsbury's or Walmart, flirting with some weird checkout guy or something. I just need you to channel, because things as well, you've got so much energy, you've got to start channeling it into your spiritual stuff, and I will get to that in a bit, because clearly they've got a lot to say to you. You do. You need to start channeling it more in that, and then they're showing your world very much opening up, but again, the love bit needs to stay in the dark is the phrase that they're doing. It needs to stay in the dark, because it's had enough now, and you're making bad decisions. I'm sorry, it's not my judgment. You're making bad decisions with the love thing as well, and it's just because you need that period out of it, so then you can go back in with like a fresh mindset. Adam will come back around with a little text message or a little Facebook message or something like that. I need you to fucking run like the wind. Kick him in the nuts, then run like the wind, Jess, yeah? They're so funny, because when I started pulling your cards, can I just say, right, I've been here for what, like 7 weeks, and I've been living in hotels, so I haven't had coffee out of a mug for 2 fucking months. So I went out and bought myself a mug yesterday. Yes! I'm so happy. I'm not the kind of woman that drinks out of cups. Do you know what I'm saying? When I started doing putting in your love reading, I was like, oh, so that's good. Oh, that's kind of how it went. Oh my god, I hate to say this, right? I don't know whether it was things about clearly pushed all the wrong buttons and the wrong triggers in you, and I feel like there was a lot of lessons about self-worth and what you were willing to put up with, and that kind of stuff in your relationship with Adam. One sec. And it's like he obliterated you and you haven't even had time to build yourself back up yet. You're still like halfway built. They're showing like a hole in you in the bottom of the hole, and you're like halfway out of climbing the hole with literally your bare fucking hands. So it must have been horrific. I'm so sorry. But you're still not out the bloody hole yet, woman. So energetically, he's still there. There's still like a shadow part of him there. I don't know whether, obviously you're Reiki master. I don't know how you practice your Reiki. Well, if you practice your Reiki, I'm a Reiki master. I don't fucking practice it at all. I said that and now I feel bad. Jesus. God, maybe I should take some little kids and teach them how to cleanse houses. Yeah, it's like, basically you need a smoke cleanser is the easiest way for me to put it. I'm very aware of, not everybody practices in that way, using smoke or any of that kind of thing. But if you can, that would be great. If you can get some white sage with some lavender running through it, that would be perfect for you, because you need that sweetness at the moment, love. You totally do, you need that sweetness. And again, I don't know what you know about herbs, but lavender's like the master herb, so it'll pull what it needs to from itself to give you what you need, whereas others can't do that. But that will, because his shadow is still hanging around in one of your light bodies, so you need to get rid of that bad boy, and that will do it. I don't want you to do, this is something that I wouldn't necessarily do in like a group, you know, sometimes there are workshops and you could be like, come in, get smudged, blah, 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 blah. This needs to be like a proper fucking affair, like a proper ritual. It takes like 10 minutes, man, still ritual, which is just you and one other person, because I just feel like there needs to be tears, there needs to be what the fuck, and this cleanser isn't going to be a quick, it'll be like a full-on thing, just to get rid of him, because it's like his face is still here. I don't like it. Don't like him, don't like Adam, he's a knob. So yeah, sorry, so this is all about basically your path to loving yourself. I'm so sorry, it's proper gay. It is, and along the way there's very much going to be tests. Like I say, it might be like you get bored one night, so you jump on online dating just to chat with someone, but then they bore you, so then you jump back off again, that kind of thing. Anyway, right, so I've only done 2 bloody cards. Right, so we did this, back to the devil, which is you, obviously, love you. And then there's this, right, which is infinite possibilities and the hope. This is you taking your future into your hands. This is where I just feel like there is going to be, when Adam comes back, there is going to be a bit of a, I need you to not even, well, it's not I need you, you need to, not even, just don't respond, just don't put your energy in there, because he's had enough of it. It's time for your energy to come to you and them. It's as simple as that, okay? With this and this star and this infinite possibilities, this is now about, I feel like Adam made your life quite small, and this is now about, you need to start thinking with your life, which I know is what you're doing, because you're asking, what do I want? Because that's really hard to answer, especially when you're on your own, because you can actually go and get it. When you're with someone, you can't. You can actually go and get what you want. So that's what this period is about for you, and all the hardships that you've gone through leading to that place where you're actually gonna enjoy your life and want to get up in the morning. But it's these experiences and this pain and this conflict that's going to be your driving force in getting to where you want to do. So I don't know if he used to say things like, you're just too sensitive, or you're so dramatic, or that's silly, what's Reiki, what the no. But that's very much that little bit of anger that's still there. It's very much going to drive you forward and get you to where you want to be. So at least he has some kind of use somewhere along the line. Yeah. I don't know whether you're planning on a house move, my darling, or there's a move. This is financial and material changes, right? Sometimes this will be like a dip in money, but this doesn't feel like that. This feels like a change because you need a new energy. So I don't know whether it'll be a move, or if you've just moved out from Adam, or whether it'll be a job move, which I know you're asking about. But this feels like a move, and it's you going in the exact right direction. And with him, you would never have been able to do this. So I feel like this is you going in the right direction, and this is where you find what it is you're looking for, which is, I love this card for life. Look at it, right? Prosperity begins. You've got this little nut here for the future, so you know what you got. You've got little plans and a little strategy for going forward. You've got the little roots here, which is your stability and feeling grounded and at peace. You've got this bit here, which is just basically, they're giving me the phrase, everything's right in the world, which is adorable. And then you've got the butterflies for a little bit of transformation, and the peaches for abundance. This is it with number 1. Your reading ends with the number 1. So now's a time of creation from you. Stop trying to create a relationship. It's a bad decision. You need to start creating the life you want, and then the relationship will come in. They're really funny because they're being proper bastards, and I hate it when they do. Well, I don't hate it when they do this. I find it really funny and smug of them when they do this. But it's like, well, when she's created the life that we think she deserves and that we know that she wants, that's when we'll bring love in. But it needs to be that way around rather than the other way, if that makes sense. And then I pulled out 2 cards for like the overriding cards. And the first one, this is the one that made me laugh, because this is basically your guides. See this face? This is them at the minute. They're really fucked off. And I don't want you, some people are really like in awe of their guides. As you can tell, I'm not in awe of my guides. That's not the relationship I have with them. No, we help each other out. There's no fucking worship. And that's the way you need to be. So they're really fucked off. They're really funny. They're like, this is them now. They're like, look, you keep asking us for help and then you're not listening. So why would we keep giving the help? We're getting a bit bored, a bit tired. This is like, I can imagine this is what my husband will be like after 5 years of marriage with me. This will be his face, right? They're funny as well. They're like, look, we've tried your intuition, we've tried your emotions, now we're asking for you to try your logic. Think about it. Is it logical for you to try and find love at the moment? You know it's not. You've still got healing to do. I don't feel like the decisions would be the right decisions. Or they feel like the decisions wouldn't be the right decisions. And it's their time now. And it's like, they're a little bit reticent, because as I'm saying this, they're like, but we're still not sure she's gonna move forward with us, because it's almost like they don't feel good enough. So I imagine that you don't feel good enough. So I feel like sometimes they'll give you like signs and intuitions and you'll see things and that kind of stuff. But I feel sometimes that you might sit there and be like, no, not me, it's only me, surely I can't. Why would they? It's like, well, because you're you and they're your guides. That's their fucking job. So you are good enough and you are worthy, and they're dying to help, and they're showing me like soldiers stood around dying to get to war and dying to go into battle, but you won't call them. See, now I'm just arguing with them. I'm like, well, yeah, but she says that she's trying to call you, but she's not feeling the connection. And they're like, yeah, but she's not truly calling us, she's calling us for love again. Which isn't what they're obviously here to do. Guides aren't here to help you find love, that's not their job. To be fair, it's actually in their best interest for you not to find love, clearly. Yeah. I'm so sorry, because you've literally had like 23 minutes of being told off and told you've got to be single. And then the other card that came out was love, the heart chakra. This is what it's all about. It's like your heart chakra is not as big as it's going to get yet. So any guys who come in at the minute, they're not going to be worthy of you in like 3 months. So there's kind of no point, does that make sense? And you put your energy in that direction. Your heart feels very locked down is the phrase that they're giving me. And I understand that from being with Adam. Absolutely, it takes a long time to get the ability to be vulnerable again back. But even then, even before Adam, it wasn't anywhere near like the size it's going to be. So you need a period of shifts, basically. They're going to bring in spiritual shifts for you if you decide that this is the way that you want to go. Yeah. They're so grumpy. Did you know there's not a Spanish word for grumpy? Who knew? That's the first question I asked. What's the word? First question was rude. I know rude. There's no grumpy. Okay, so when you're saying how can I be my best self during this love journey to my true partner, stop being on a fucking love journey, love. No. Sorry. It just feels like you've got these amazing guides in front of you and you're just not even seeing them because you're too fixated on love, which is not a healthy thing to be. Sorry. Okay, spiritual practice. Oh, thank God. Oh, bloody hell. I might do your work first and then do spiritual practice. Okay, let's get these. Let's show me that card again. Now they're getting grumpy with me. You ain't my fucking cards, mate. You can fucking suck it. Right, stuck in spiritual practice. Tarot and Reiki master. Okay. But you've lost your passion with tools in your path. Totally get that, man. Totally get that. Having a hard time connecting. Yep, your guides are, that's kind of why. And practicing. Totally get that. What is next and what to practice to continue spiritual awakening. That's the thing. That is the thing with you. You are gonna like seriously have so many shifts and awaken so much more on a spiritual level, but you can't do that while you're hunting for love, because while you're hunting for love for someone else, you can't be loving yourself. That's what this whole thing's about. I just can't put it in words, mate. I'm so sorry, but that's what this whole thing is about. It's about directing everything you being the most important, you being the one you love. Loving yourself is a fucking bitch, let me tell you. But this is where, and it's all right with you. This is the thing. So at the moment, you very much practice, please excuse this because I do not mean to be rude, but it's the only way I can describe it. At the moment you practice like, so tarot and Reiki. They are both practices of what I call like, so sorry, Love and Light Brigade. Love and Light Brigade aren't well known for doing work on themselves, right? And doing the dirty work and doing the really fucking hard work about going into yourself, working with your shadows, working with your demons. And that's the next step for you. Massively, that's the next step. The reason that you are having a hard time practicing with tarot reading and Reiki is you've learned all you can from it. And quite frankly, you've mastered the both of them. So your guides are like, well, she's been doing this for however long, and like she needs to do something that challenges. That's the thing. You got comfortable, and you're like a big fish. They're showing like a big fish in a little pond, and it's time for you to go and be a little fish in a big pond. That's the right one, isn't it? Yeah. I am so excited for you with this next step of your spiritual development, because everything, they're showing your crown chakra like opening up massive and all this stuff flying out. You got a lot of stuff you got to deal with on a spiritual level. Why lie, Silver A? On a spiritual level, and it's not going to be easy. If there was like the love and light spirituality is easy. It's angels. It's blue. That's the only way I can describe it, right? It's blue. But then if you step more into, oh my God, I wish I would have seen where you live, my love. If you step more into like a shamanic tradition, whether it's Native American, whether it's Australian, whether it's fucking Mexican, it needs to be something nature-based, because you are nature-based. We're fucking people, right? And you'll start, like there's things called journeying. I don't want to do too much because I don't just want you to like Google it and run away with it. But yeah, you need to start doing shamanic practice. I'm quite conscious this is going to be a lot of information and I don't want to like... Right. Right. Tarot, Reiki, that kind of stuff. Angels is really new, right? With everything, it's really new. And there's nothing negative in it, is there? Nothing negative. That's not life. And that's the world that you're in at the moment. Like, that's the little... They're showing me you in a Ziploc bag. It's really funny. And, like, you need to get out the little Ziploc bag and start with... And again, I don't mean to be insulting because this is not it. This is just what your guys are saying, like real spirituality. You know when I said I saw your guys who were sat there like soldiers ready to get ready for the battlefield? That's exactly it. There is no battlefield with the Love and Light Brigade because they refuse to acknowledge, like, be positive. My mum just died and I've had to have my leg cut off. Doesn't matter. Be positive. What bullshit is that, right? So that just causes mental illness, quite frankly. So your guides are ready to go into battle and teach you all these things, and it's not until you can go into these battles and come out the other side that you can love yourself, that your spirituality, like I say, is just going to grow massively. You very much have the healing vibe, but you're not even accessing like 90% of your healing ability because you're just doing Reiki at the moment. It's more than that. So with your spiritual awakening, you need to go to the ancient ways rather than fucking God consciousness and all that, because that'll only ever take you so far. Just a note, there's some people who think that shamanic Reiki is a thing. It is not a thing, because you'll feel it. If you go to a shamanic session, you'll feel the energy is completely different to a Reiki session, and the two don't fit together. So please don't try and go to a shamanic Reiki thing, because it feels very jagged and disjointed, and it makes you feel a bit sick. It's the only way I can describe it. Because you're sensitive, you'll get that. I'm so sorry, because they're just like fucking going and going and going and going and going. I'm like, can I pull some cards for them? They're like, nope, because we've got other stuff we've got to say. Lost passion with the tools and the path. Yeah, because you're on the wrong path. You've done that path. Path's ended. New path. Shamanic. There will be somewhere in a spiritual place around you, or sometimes, like in England, spiritualist churches have shamanic sessions. Even if it's just a drumming session, you need to just start following more of that path, because you've gone as far as you can. Because literally, with the love and light path, all there is Reiki, angels. They don't even believe in fairies. That's pretty much it. Or they might just believe in Tinkerbells when there are some badass mofos out there, right? So you need to get more on the level, and that's what's gonna transform your life and give very much up your ability to transmute energy, is what they're showing me, because they're showing me a snake. So you'll be able to transmute energy. And again, the snake, with regards to you, is about this being a brand new chapter in your life. I forgot to pause it. Ow! Yeah, a brand new chapter in your life is now. And it's like, they're really funny. Cats. They're showing me them as cats. They're like, if she walks along this path and does like what we're telling her, then we'll bring her presents. You know how a cat brings you like a dead bird or a leaf or something? That's what they'll do for you. But you need to find something that fits you. I'm quite conscious I'm sat here talking about shamanic stuff that might scare you. So go to like a goddess workshop. Go to a good goddess workshop, or like red tent stuff, which is all about being a woman. For you, Reiki feels like it's served its purpose, is what they're saying. And it's like it's taught you how to work with energy, and it's taught you how to heal. But again, there's so many different ways of doing it, and you're more than that. Yeah. Okay. Right, can we fucking... So what's your decision? Right, where you're saying you're having a hard time connecting, I'm like, guys, if this woman's on her own and she doesn't feel like she's connected on you, please tell me why would she bother still trying to connect with you? Can you give me basically a way to tell you to connect with them so that you do know they're there? And they're asking for stuff to be put away, and I don't really know what they're talking about. I don't know whether you have like I don't know whether they're asking for like, it just feels like there's spiritual stuff out, and I don't know, it doesn't necessarily feel like a Reiki table, but it's just there's some stuff out that's, I don't know whether, that's like sucking the energy from you, and they're like, well, while that's there, we don't want it. So I don't know whether you have like a shelf of crystals, or a shelf of like Reiki books. And whenever you look at it, it creates an emotion in you where either you don't feel good enough, or you feel guilty for not doing it enough, or There's something like that, and they're just asking for that to be covered and put away. Literally, all I want you to do, get a candle. They're like a fucking boyfriend, your guys. They make me laugh. Get a candle, like this one, hang on. Like this, it's not big. It cost me like £1. Just before bed, not in your bedroom though, please don't do it in your bedroom because otherwise you won't get no sleep. I just want you to light it. I just want you to clear out everything. They're very much showing me you starting from scratch. And I don't know how you've worked with your guides, or if you venerate your guides, or if you just kind of assume they're going to be there, whatever. You kind of have to start paying them. The way that you pay them is giving them a bit of attention, really. Again, they're like a boyfriend. So literally light your little candle, sit down, no music on. You can have a little bit of music on, but you know, like chilled, weird Chinese music or something. No TV, turn the TV off. Please do not sleep. If you have a TV in your bedroom, can you cover it for me when you go sleep? I just want you to sit with the candle and be like, guys, I just want to let you know, I'm lighting this candle for you. I'm thinking of you. I want to thank you for all the work that you've done for me in the past. I want to thank you for all the stuff that we're going to do together. And I just want you to know that I'm now ready. I'm ready to go down the path you're guiding me on. I understand what you've said, and I really appreciate that. And they're showing me, like, you know, a line of centurions in like the Roman soldiers. They're showing a line literally taking a step forward, and each day you do that, they take a step closer and a step closer to you. And then they're showing me like this guy who I can only describe as like Gandalf, stepping out from behind the soldiers. So it's like you have to prove yourself to them first, and then Gandalf's going to step forward and take you down the right path. The fact that you've had someone out called Gandalf might be that you go down a pagan route, which is a shamanic route. It's just nature based. Might be that you go down a pagan route, so like wizardry. And can women be wizards? I get fucking confused because you have to be appropriate and shit, don't you? I don't know. Like, men can be witches, but women can't be warlocks. I don't fucking know. Nor do I care, quite frankly. So I don't even know why I'm talking about it. But, so yeah, go down the pagan route. But this all has to be about you. And I just feel that's really alien to you, love. Because, like I say, you give everything to everyone else. And you want to help everyone else. And you want to heal everyone else. You've got nothing left to give anymore. You're done. You is spent, my lady. You can go and get Reiki from a mate and recharge your legs and all that shit. Doesn't matter, because your heart's just going to suck it straight out. I want, like, I know this sounds weird, right? But you need a spiritual friend. And when I say that, like, there are lots of people who have patron deities. I don't like that, because that means I'm so hilarious with commitment, it's ridiculous. So I'm like, patron deity? You mean I've got to like not worship, because I don't worship anyone, again, don't worship the gods, no. We chat, I help them out, they help me out, I ain't worshipping shit. But like, you need to find that person who's like the role model for you. Because he's like, this wizard's just like surrounded by these different female deities. You've got like the Morrigan, who is amazing. I would like for you to look into the Morrigan. I want you to stay away from Hecate, or Hecate, I always say it wrong. Stay away from Hecate, because she is not good for you at this point. Further down the line, yeah, right now, please stay away from Hecate. Please stay away from Kali. Morrigan would be amazing for you. Morrigan, because they have different guises. The Morrigan comes in 3. She's the triple goddess, right? Please look into the Morrigan for me, because there's a crow sat on this wizard's staff, and that's one of her animals. So look into the Morrigan, and it's just like, so that basically deity worship is what your guides want from you, and that's the direction that they want you to go down. When I say worship, again, I don't mean like that. She would be your spiritual friend. Obviously, there will be many things written about her on Google that will be lies. Everybody should build a personal relationship with her. If you decide you only want to work with one aspect of her, that's okay. If you only want to work with her like ocean aspect, Danu, who's an ocean goddess, then just work with her and ignore the rest. If you decide you only want to work with Morgana Le Fay, that's okay, but I feel like you need something more real. So don't stay in just like the lightness, because we're not all light, but just pick what feels comfortable for you. But I just feel like that feels far more like your energy, my love. Far more like your energy. And it would not surprise me if, like, in a couple of years, you were running, like, empowering women workshops, or there's something about you and women that is what you're supposed to be doing. And this Reiki is something that you'll bring in, and you can do the healing while you're there with them. But like I say, your path is more important than, no offense to just Reiki masters out there, but your life's more important than just that. You're going to be the one that drags women out of the darkness and brings them back to remembering who they were in the first place. And you need that female that making me go really thingy now, so I know I'm on the right path. You need that. I need you to go find the Morrigan. Fuck the rest of the goddesses. No offense, guys. I need you to go find the Morrigan, because that's the one that fits with you. Like I said, do some reading, do some research. She was around in the time of, like, King Arthur, if that makes you feel, if that helps. She's Irish, and she's so beautiful. I can't even begin to tell you. So beautiful. I don't really work with goddesses. It tends to be gods that turn up, but yeah. But she was one that was on my radar for a while. Okay. Oh my God. And you know, I'm just looking at your word, spiritual awakening, because they're like, you need to bring her back to this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? With the spiritual awakening, you're spiritually awake, but you've got rose-tinted glasses on, and it's time for them to come off, because you can't help the women that you're going to help, and you're going to be like a pillar in the community who's, like, known throughout the state or whatever for what it is you do, and you can't do that unless you see the blackness and the darkness and you start beginning to understand that and dealing with that. And I don't mean like demons or anything like that. I just mean like the darkness in people, and the Morrigan will help you with that. I don't want you working with Morgana Le Fay, because the wizard's like, no, that's too easy. You need to work with the Morrigan. Don't go for the crone either, because that's too much at the minute. When I'm saying please don't work with, please don't work with, please don't work with, please trust me on that, because I know these energies, and I know dark goddesses will fuck your life up if that's what's needed, and you've had enough of that for the minute. So that's why I'm saying stay away from Hecate and Kali. The Morrigan is not a dark goddess. She's not. She's everything. She's phenomenal. Okay. Bank. Oh my God, it's got to suck working in a bank when you're spiritually awake. That's got to suck balls. Let me pause again, sorry. Okay. You absolutely want, oh my bloody God, you absolutely 150 bajillion% have more potential. And I can tell you what they're showing me, but let's actually pull you some cards, love, rather than just clairvoyance from your guides. I'm loving that you have a wizard though. Love that. So please follow the pagan path. It doesn't mean you're a witch. Doesn't mean you're a Wiccan. It just means there's a goddess who you like and you want to have a chat with. Like, I worked with Kunanos, and he was at the time of the Morrigan. He was the second god I ever saw, and he will always be in my heart. I love that guy. If I'm ever proper fucked, I'll be like, oh my God, Kunanos, come help me, and he will come and help me. The Morrigan will do the same. Fucking knew it, you bastards. First card, the waiting game. Right. This is what frustrates me with spirit and guides. Sorry, and I understand why it has to be this way, but it doesn't make it any less annoying, right? Fuck, I'm messing up the table. Oh no, I'm messing up the table and the rug. Fuck. Don't tell anyone. I don't know how I'm going to get that out. Okay. What they were showing me clairvoyantly is basically you're going to be at the bank for a little while, but the only reason you're going to be at the bank for a little while is because the bank, you can do it standing on your fucking head, and you need that nothingness and that stability for what's going to happen with the rest of your life. And that's exactly what this card says. The waiting game. This is you going round and round and round in circles, waiting for something to happen, but spirit are in charge. And they're in the middle of growing this tree, which is your spiritual development and your personal development as well. and they're not going to change it till they're ready and until they feel like that's the time for you. It really feels like for me you keep like the bank job for a while. Not a while, I mean a while, I'm really sorry. But like within 2 weeks it won't matter. Does that make sense? Because you're going to have this new Morrigan stuff. I definitely see with other people as well, so please have a look around for pagan groups and stuff. Often they'll have something called a Moots are hardcore, MOOT. It's like where they're like a bunch of self-proclaimed witches go around and have tea and cake, which can be fun, but sometimes it can turn into a bit of an ego trip. But I've got this wand, I've got that wand. You don't need anything to worship God. You don't. You literally love is all you need. If you have no money and you go out and you pick some flowers in the garden, that would mean more to a God than buying all the crystals in the world. Yeah. Find some allies, some pagan allies. Just be one woman who you just go and have cake with. But just, yeah. Right. Okay. Again, they keep showing me you with other women, like doing little talks. It's about female empowerment. You can have this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be the best mum. You don't have to blah blah blah. It feels like that. It doesn't like. I'm just asking if like they can narrow it down in terms of specialising, like what female empowerment are you talking about? And they're like, no, just female empowerment. And I'm like, what, like the Red Tent directory? And they're like, yeah, a little bit like the Red Tent, but you know, it's all, yeah. It's talking about the masculine and the feminine energies within a woman, because they are always out of whack, generally, with women, because of the way the world is. And you basically put those back together in the way that's right. But obviously we have to do that with you first. And then you can start doing it with other people. That's where the moral gonna help, because she's like badass and will cut your head off, but also loves you and will pick you some flowers, right? So you've got the waiting game, you've got memories of love. This is like just keeping the love alive within your life in terms of at work. Just like it is just a stable building block for what can be and what can happen, right? I begrudge saying it after your guides doing what they were doing, but fuck them. Another reason for you to stay at the bank is there's a little bit of love that comes in through the bank. Like, love. So that's why you've got to stay there. That's another reason you've got to stay there. Yeah? This is something, this isn't soul or anything like that. This is more, this guy, I know it sounds funny, I'm asking where this goes, like, is it long term, is it short term? And they're literally showing me, like, you know that emoji with the zip mouth? This guy brings exactly what you need, exactly at the right time. So if what you need is to ease yourself back in, that's what this guy will do. If what you need is something intense, that's what this guy will do. But it feels easy, it feels nice, it feels full of laughter, full of love. He's a very honourable guy and very, very wholesome. I'm asking for a timeline, and they're like, again, this is not the point, Silver. Just get her to understand. And I'm like, okay. And sorry, yeah, this is this guy as well. Seeing you for exactly who you are and putting you first, which is going to make you very uncomfortable. That's one of the, god damn it, that's one of the things he's here to teach you, is it's okay for you to be in the spotlight. That's kind of the whole point. So yeah, you're staying at work because you need the stability, because you're going to go off and develop like a motherfucker. And it'll be like your guides will be talking to you every night, and you just need to be able to go to work and just go into autopilot. Of course, work's not your sole purpose. The working with women is your sole purpose. Is your sole purpose at the moment, because I believe it changes depending on stuff. Because free will and stuff, they have to jumble stuff around all the time. But yeah, so like you need to get courses under your belt. Someone's got to pay for that shit, right? And again, you can like randomly might be able to do those courses at work on the sly or whatever, but work very much feels like a tool. So just treat it like that. It's just a tool that lets you be who you want to be outside of work. Another 2 cards that came through was Solitude, the Hermit, Soul Searching, and Love. So they doubled up with the love and the harmony. And with this harmony, they were like, it's twofold. This guy comes in who again helps you a little with your heart chakra, because it's like you do some work, so your heart chakra feels a bit better. So then they'll stick you in a kind of little relationship to see how your heart fares and to test you a little bit. So it'll grow a little bit more. Because they have to test it, otherwise it's just falsely okay, isn't it? But the other thing as well is, again, this is just work's going to bring this harmony into your life, because like I say, work's going to be your downtime. It's like when you got toddlers and you go to fucking work for a break. That's how it's going to be from you. But the toddlers are your guides, my darling, your wizard, and your yeah, with Gandalf as well. He's like Gandalf the White, not Gandalf the Grey in this. He's not the bad guy, but he's like proper leveled up. I'm not giving you a timeline on the love thing because that completely defeats the purpose. And then yeah, like I said, with this soul searching, this is what work lets you do. Literally go inward, figure out what it is you want to do, and do, again with the little book, do the courses that you want to do, and it gives you a breather from the craziness that your spiritual development's going to become. Honestly, they're showing me a horse, which is like which is stuff moving really, like when the horse bolts from the stable. It's like the Chariot card. It all just moves really, really quickly. As soon as you get started, it moves so quickly, Jess. And it's going to be amazing. And you are so powerful, but you are not there yet. So powerful. And it is because you've only been dealing with the light, and you need to learn to work with the dark. You need to learn to work with your own darkness more than anything, which is what the Morrigan will help you with, and paganism will help you with. I am so excited for you, because this is just like the beginning for you, and your life is going to be so different in 6 months, and you are going to be so different in 6 months. They're showing like weight being shed, which is just like all your burdens are going to lift, and your existence is going to be very different. So I'm so happy for you. I'm sending you all the love in the universe ever. I'm so sorry you've just got told off lots. I'm sorry. And yeah, man, go get yourself some candles. Oh, and because your guys were kind of like masculine, I wouldn't be going and getting no pink candles, obviously. Can you get yourself red? Get yourself some red candles for them. If they smell nice, that's okay, they don't mind. Apples was something they're talking about, like an apple smelling red candle. But yeah, they're liking the red. Yeah, and that's it. And just, you're going to start down the magical path as well, Dollface. Whether it starts with just like candle magic, or cooking magic, or yeah, just like nice stuff, and then it's just gonna kind of like build up from there, really. How exciting. I love it. Enjoy, my darling. Hope everything's okay, and big love.